Hey, this is YBR with BeamNG.drive, and we got a vehicle-ish thing. It's not quite a vehicle, but you can technically drive it. So in a way, it's a vehicle, but if you look at it, you're like, that's not a vehicle at all. So, I don't know exactly what to call it, but we can drive it. So anyway, let's go ahead and pull it out so you can see it. Oops, I accidentally kind of bumped my microphone there. But anyways, go and pull it out. It's called the HCube. And we're just going to take it out so you can look at it. There it is. It is literally just a cube. And you can drive it with not the normal controls. You use T, G, F, and H to drive it. So that's how you would drive it. Now, the cube itself, it didn't matter where we went for this really, because you could do things like this with the cube where you like fly around and stuff. But that's, that's not really fun. I mean, it's not going to be able to do those things where it tests the suspension, because it doesn't have a suspension. It's going to bounce off and fly into the air. It's not going to happen. I mean, you can't test it for off-roading because, well, it can't off-road either. It's not made to do normal car things. What it is made to do is hit other cars. So, to do that, I'm thinking we should pull out some other cars. Look at that. Woo! So we're going to go ahead and go to the start area where we spawned, pull out another car, and now we can hit it. Now, right now, if you notice, when you hit things over here, it bounces way in the air because it is really, really light right now. So light, in fact, that it pretty much will do no damage to that truck, even if you hit it at like 100 miles per hour. So let's try to line it up with the truck. One more should be good. No, one more again. One more again. Alright, so watch. If you hit the truck at like 100 miles per hour, at least that's what the readings say, it's like, oh, you broke the... Nothing really. It's like, oh, it fell down. It doesn't even look like it's broken, actually. It just looks like it fell down, right? Yeah. So the truck is pretty much undamaged. The only thing that happened is that the bed of the truck is now open. It's like, oh, big deal. Because it is the really tiny baby cube. This one only weighs 18 kilograms, but it can go all the way up to 8,100 kilograms. So we'll just do it. We'll go up little by little. We'll go up to 270, which is definitely able to do some damage. Let me actually line it up again. I like lining up where it's just a straight on approach just because it makes things so much easier. So you can see with that much weight, you can just go 60 miles per hour and got stuck in the truck. You can see though it does a dent to it, no problem. But if you go up to 100 like you can usually, look at that. It really tears it up a bit. You can see it's pushed inwards and it's getting beat up now. But you gotta remember, this is only 270. It goes up to 8,000, where if you so much as bump a car, it's gonna get hurt. It's like, look, you're just gonna cruise along at like 30 miles per hour, 40 miles per hour. Look at that. Just smashes the truck. Look at it. It's just, dang. That thing is just smushed up, and yeah. And that was only 40 miles per hour. These things can go 100 miles per hour easy. So, 100 miles per hour, you hit it. Well, that's what's left of the car if you do that. Yeah, it just destroys the car. The cube it'll wreck anything. It's like, la 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 la, just driving along. Oh no! Crash. And then if it gets stuck inside of you, you could do like a tornado with it. Fling it around. And look at that truck. Look at that. Just one crash and it's just obliterated in the back. It's insane. We could use some other cars too, I'll try mostly to stick to stock cars, of course, because stock cars usually hold up better for extreme crashes like that. So we'll use the box van because that thing has a lot of area to destroy. So we can just go right into it real fast and... I broke the game. It crashed so hard the game just did that, which it does sometimes. That's just what I call breaking the game. So I crashed really hard. Let's see if it does it twice or not, if it breaks again. That time it didn't break. Awesome. Look at that though. Look at the what's left of the truck. It's not even a truck anymore. It's like it's just destroyed. Let's do that in slow-mo actually. Cuz that'll be great to see in slow-mo. Alright, so as you see, the cube's coming in at about almost 100 miles per hour. At least based on that reading. I don't know how accurate that is, honestly. But it plows straight through the back, just shoves the doors out the way, keeps charging through, and charges straight through it, doesn't even care that it's running into things. Then it hits the interior part where it just, look at that. Look at that. It just implodes. It's like an implosion and an explosion at the same time. That is brutal. And now it could just hit full speed. And look at the, just, you wouldn't even know that used to be a truck aside from the back. Oh, man. It broke again. That's the problem. It does such brutal crashes that the game will do that sometimes. It's just like, game doesn't know what to do. Game's going to reset car. It's like, oh, don't do that. I'm looking at that. So, yeah, it gets some crashes. Something like the Pigeon, I think it's obliterated really easy. You're just cruising along at like 50 miles per hour. And oh, it stayed together. Okay. Well, sort of stayed together. Fling it around. Do the tornado. Ooh, it's like pro wrestling right there. Some sort of crazy maneuver like that. Does it still drive? No, it does not. Alright, let's do a full speed collision into this thing then. And it broke the physics. What did it do? What in the world is this? It's like half a pit. What in the world is this? Like, okay, the gauges are still partially there. What in the world did I do to this car? That was unexpected. Yeah, that just breaks the game. Look at that. Look at it's just wow. That's yeah. Okay. Let's get a different car. How about the oh, I know what we could do. We could do the Bolide, right? And then what if we try to split it in half? Would that work, I wonder? We'll find out. Like, I don't think the game is really made to allow you to split cars in half. But that cube just might do it. Trying to line it up exactly where I want. There. Takes a second for that parking brake to engage. It's hard. Especially, like, the way the engine works. It's, I don't know. It's weird. Like, the way it is, where it's designed, it's like you can't just have it where it just rolls. It starts to accelerate. Anyways, we are going to just smash straight through that and hope to split in half. To make it a little bit more likely, we're going to back it up a lot. I actually might need to move it over a little bit. Uh-oh. I hate when this happens. So sometimes the cube just freezes in place, and it's weird to fix it. You gotta like hit all the buttons to change the speed of time in different vehicles. But eventually it's working again. What happens is when the physics freeze up and crash, sometimes it just doesn't know what speed the game's supposed to be at, it seems like. But anyways, it is good to go now. And I just need to line it up properly with the car to wreck it. Okay then. Well, that was interesting. It just went straight through the car. It didn't really do anything. It just went straight through it. I guess we were going a little too fast, huh? The game just doesn't know what to do when you go too fast. Alright, I'll try to go a little slower this time. Only 100. Still too fast? Really? Really? Keep pushing. Just keep flinging the car. Oh my goodness, that poor car. Oh my god. What is that? What is that? That, like, this thing is too brutal at these weights, but it's crazy. I mean, oh, you haven't seen the blender mode. All you do is you hold F or H and then you hit tab and then you're in blender mode. Blender mode's always funny. Because with blender mode, you just touch the cube and then It says 100% slower than real time, but obviously it wasn't. You see what happens to your car? And unfortunately, if you do blender mode, it'll fall under the ground. And now it's in slow-mo. I don't know why it does. The slow-mo just doesn't know what it's doing, it seems like. But it's in blender mode, and will slow-mo work properly? Yes, it will. Okay, good. So when it's in blender mode, you just touch it a little bit, and you're going to just get wrecked. So we're just going to touch it at a really reasonably low speed. And just watch the way it pulls apart the car. Like, it's crazy the way it pulls it. That front fender just disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. Look at that. It just shot away. Oh my. Look at this. It's eating the tire now. I mean, it's so fast and brutal. The game doesn't even know exactly what to do. Like, the whole car is fully functional. It's just missing a tire. Look at that. It just eats the car alive. Now the car is broken. Oh, also, to make it where it doesn't fall underground, because normally it'd fall underground, I just went and hit F on it while I was already spinning. And for this whole time I've been hitting it, it's just been maintaining momentum. Like, that thing is able to just maintain momentum forever, it seems like. Like, no real reason why it can. But hey, I'm not complaining. It gives me something to hit cars into. So here's an idea. Let's do one of my favorite things to do is find a front-wheel drive car, which I don't think there's actually one stock one. So we're gonna, because I like stock cars, because when something gets totally destroyed, they hold up the best. And we're gonna just back it into that and watch the rear end of this thing get wrecked. Let's put it in automatic just because I'm lazy. Alright, here we go. Just very lightly touch it. Look at that. Look at that. It just tears it apart. Oh my goodness. That is ruined. The car, it's ruined. And I'm just touching it, you know. I'm not like speeding into it or anything. I'm just backing into it like 10 miles per hour at the most, I would think. And it just has so much power and weight to it and momentum. It's just... Look at that. Like, that was like a 2 mile per hour crash with the car itself, but the cube is just so crazy. I mean, sheesh. That is just insane, isn't it? So now here's an idea. Oh god, don't hit tab when you go to the cube, otherwise you'll get dizzy. What if you hit the cube with a cube? I actually don't know what will happen under these circumstances. Should I slow-mo it? I guess we could slow-mo it. Gotta turn the cube first and then I can touch it. Okay. Whoa. What is the cube made out of? Jelly? Look at it bouncing around or wiggling around. So you can see though, the other cube is slowing down now actually, isn't it? Where did it go? Is that it way over there? Gee, it just flew away. See, that's what happens when two 8,000-pound things collide. Insanity. But you can see it lost momentum finally. It's finally calming down. It was, like I said, all momentum that whole time. I mean, even now I could still wreck up a car. Just pull one out real quick and you can see it'll still wreck one up, no problem. See? It just shot off that part of... Oh, look, it's finally stopped. Finally, that's insane. How you doing, Cube? Look, it's not even a cube anymore. It's just like this ugly shape that I can't even describe, really. So we could go keep crashing into it, why not? Get the cube! Oh my goodness. Like, there is no item that should be that dense in real life. It's like running into a diamond or something, I would assume. Or just a brick of gold in terms of how dense it is. Diamonds aren't that dense, they're just hard. I don't know why I said diamonds, but gold, like, gold is hard and dense. I don't even think gold could be, as dense as that thing is. 8,000, like, I don't know. Let me do some math on this, alright? Let's just take a look at it and try to estimate how big it is. Where is it anyways? It just disappeared. Okay. So, let's say let's say it was roughly, I don't know. Let's bring up a car next to it, because that's the easiest way to get an idea of the size. So it's maybe just about half the width of a car, maybe a little more. Right? I would say about half, maybe. So let's see. The average car is what? I don't know. Let me look up the weight of gold first. Okay, so I went ahead and pulled up a periodic table sheet, and I looked up a couple of car dimensions to kind of get a good estimate of how big this thing should be. So what I did is I looked up the real-life equivalent of the Ibishu Corvette, which would be like a Honda Civic or something hatchback, and the real-life height of that car is about 1.2 meters. So this car, if it's just a little bit higher than that, which it is, it's about, it's a little bit taller, maybe not quite 0.2 meters or whatever. I think it was actually closer to 0.3 meters, but you can see that this car is a little bit taller than that cube, definitely. So I feel like I could safely say, let's just, for simplicity's sake, let's say the cube is 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter, or 1 cubic meter, because that makes all the math really simple. Because I just have a sheet, actually, I have from my when I did my chemistry class. It's like a little thing that has everything listed. And I'm looking at the sheet right here, and it says gold would be like over double the weight that this cube is. So that thing is not actually near gold. It looks like it's more closer to kind of in between iron and nickel, I guess. There's probably some specific element that's closer, but it's you could just say it's a mix of iron and nickel to get something that heavy. Just pure iron and nickel would be that heavy, which is actually surprising. I thought gold. I'm surprised that gold is that heavy. I've never held a bar of gold and be like, wow, that's heavy. I'm not rich enough to be holding gold like that, But yeah, gold is almost double as heavy as lead. I'm just looking at my sheet of notes I had. But anyways, well, not notes. You know what I mean? Like a cheat sheet, but doesn't matter. So that thing could realistically exist. It's not like so heavy that there's no way that could exist. That could be a real thing. Now, the fact that it moves, on the other hand, well, I'm not so sure about that. But if you had a cube that weighed that much and you started slamming things with it, that is supposedly what would happen in real life, and you can make a cube like that. The hard part is just getting it up to speed. Maybe you find like an ice rink or something. I don't know. So I'm kind of curious. How would this do if you put it on like the sun gravity? So say sun gravity. Where's sun? Oh, there it is. Oh, it can't move. Okay, Jupiter should be fine, right? What about minus 100? So that's half a sun. Oh, it can't move. Oh, no. No, wait. Why is it typing in there instead of... It still can't move. For some reason it was typing into the thing instead of moving. But it can't move. We could put negative Earth and then just make it come slamming to the Earth. Why is the car lifting up faster than the cube? There you go. That didn't make sense. Because it should just accelerate or at the same speed. The cube should logically go faster though, because it has a the drag, the density and all that. It'll accelerate at the same speed, but it'll accelerate for longer. So now we hit sun gravity. Let's see what happens to this thing. Was that really 100 times slower? Sure as heck didn't look like it. Wow, that's not even a cube anymore. I'll tell you that much. It's just not a cube. How'd the car handle? Oh, car did not handle it good either. Whew. So yeah, that is the cube, the HCube. I guess H stands for hit. I don't know what it stands for actually. Look at that though. It just tears apart cars. I swear, it's beautiful. It's crazy, insane, and I love it. Like, hello car. Oh! And just wreck them up. You know, I guess we could do one more thing I want to try to be dumb. Here's a dumb idea, okay? Let's take this to a racetrack and try to race it. We're just going to go to the first racetrack there is, which is Adelaide. I want to try to race it around the racetrack. Now, this thing, it doesn't handle anything like a car. Unless you're driving on 100% icy surface with no grip, then maybe it'll handle like a car equivalence. But I just want to see how fast you can try to drive it. You could get moving, actually. Look, we're going 150 down that straightaway. That's not half bad. Oh, God. Now, turning, on the other hand, that's where it gets hard. Let me try the heavier one, maybe. See if it still gets up to about the same speeds or not. Oh, goodness, it slides more. It has weight behind it, so it slides. That's funny. You could actually feel that the cubes drive differently based on their weight. Yes, I'm driving a cube. Oh my goodness, this one gets really fast. That's bad. Fell through the map even. So point is, don't try to drive a cube. If you could drive it though, actually, if you could harness the power of the cube, oh boy, could you go fast. You could just like go through walls and not even care apparently. Until you start flipping over, and then everything goes bad. You don't want to flip over. So that is the HCube. And yeah, it's great for wrecking things. That's really what it's for. Not for driving, just crashing into things. Till next time, this is WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.